The year was 1836, and Texas stood at a crossroads. At the center of this fierce fight for independence was an old Spanish mission in San Antonio, Texas, the Alamo. Once a peaceful place of worship, it turned into a battleground for freedom, a stronghold where beliefs clashed with empire. Inside those crumbling adobe walls, 189 rebels prepared to face the powerful army of Santa Anna. Outside, nearly 1,800 Mexican troops stood prepared, their banners snapping in the wind and their drums creating a foreboding rhythm. But this wasn't just a battle over strategy or land, it was a fight to define the future of Texas. The Texian defenders knew they were greatly outnumbered. As they looked across the landscape, they saw Santa Anna's forces stretching out along the horizon. Soldiers with shiny bayonets and gleaming cannon barrels surrounded the mission, an overwhelming force closing in on their small stand of defiance. But for the defenders, retreat was never an option. They were fighting for something greater: freedom. They sought independence from an oppressive government that aimed to control their future without representation. Among the ranks of the Texian rebels were legends like William B. Travis, Jim Bowie, and Davy Crockett, men whose names would be remembered in history for their bravery and sacrifice. Travis, the young commander, represented determination. Early in the siege, he famously drew a line in the dirt and asked his men to step over it if they were committed to fighting until the end. Nearly every man crossed that line. It was no longer about survival. It was about making a mark and standing tall, even against overwhelming odds. For 13 intense days, the defenders of the Alamo held their ground. Mexican artillery bombarded the walls day and night, but the Texians refused to surrender. They fixed the gaps in their defenses, carefully rationed their dwindling supplies, and fired back with a precision driven by desperation. Behind every gunshot was a hope, a prayer that their sacrifice might inspire others to rise up. The defenders knew their fate was sealed. Reinforcements were not coming. The vast land of Texas offered little support, and the Texian provisional government was divided, struggling to coordinate its forces. Santa Anna had sent a chilling message early in the siege: no quarter would be given. Surrender meant death, while resistance meant destruction. Inside those walls, every man accepted his fate. Yet, they stood firm. In the early hours of March 6, 1836, Santa Anna launched his final assault. Taking advantage of the darkness, he ordered his troops to advance in waves. The quiet of the night was shattered as Mexican soldiers let out war cries and surged toward the Alamo. The Texian defenders responded with musket fire, but their numbers were too few, their ammunition too limited, and their enemies too determined. The walls were breached, and chaos erupted. Hand-to-hand combat followed as swords and bayonets clashed, with the defenders fighting bravely until their very last breath. Travis fell while rallying his men. Bowie, weakened by illness during the siege, fought from his deathbed with pistols and knives. Crockett, the legendary frontiersman, fought with unyielding ferocity, reportedly falling amid a pile of Mexican soldiers he had taken down. By sunrise, it was over. The silence of the battlefield was deafening. The last Texian defender had been killed, and the Alamo lay in ruins. Santa Anna, victorious, ordered the bodies to be burned. It was his way of sending a message: rebellion would not be tolerated, and resistance would be met with destruction. But in trying to extinguish the spirit of the Texians, Santa Anna inadvertently fanned the flames of their resolve. News of the Alamo spread rapidly across Texas. The defenders' bravery and sacrifice inspired a movement, igniting anger and determination in those seeking independence. "Remember the Alamo" became a rallying cry, a symbol of resilience that united Texians against Santa Anna's forces. Less than 2 months after the fall of the Alamo, Texian forces led by Sam Houston defeated Santa Anna at the Battle of San Jacinto. And when they did, as they charged the battlefield, their voices rang out with those immortal words: "Remember the Alamo." Today, the Alamo stands as more than just a historical site. It's a testament to the bravery of those who fought there, an enduring symbol of resistance against oppression and the indomitable human spirit. The 189 Texian rebels may have lost the battle, but their legacy lived on, shaping the independence of Texas and forever etching their story into the annals of history. They fought not just for themselves, but for a future they knew they might not live to see. And in the echoes of their sacrifice, generations have remembered the Alamo, its walls, its heroes, and its call for freedom, as a rallying cry for courage, unity, and defiance. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content like this.